Hi, you guys, and oh, goodness gracious. It came in my face. Okay, let's try that again. Hi, you guys, and welcome to a sunny episode of Blonde Moments.
Welcome. What's up?
Yes,
What's going on? Cheers. Cheers.
So it was just a beautiful sunshiny day, and we decided to have a change of scenery. Let's come on out here by the pool and talk with you guys right quick.
Let's do it.
We did take a week off in celebration because I had my birthday.
Happy belated birthday to
Aw.
Blondie, my dear sister cousin.
Thank you. Cheers.
She's 18.
Yes.
Oh, got a drink. She's 21.
Took a big old sip. Wait a minute. So, we're trying to enjoy the sunshine and things. So, we're not going to be out here. Well, we're going to be out here, but not on camera for too long.
It's hot and we need to be in the water. And
Yes.
I'm sorry, we're being attacked by flies for some reason.
Yes.
And I don't like flies
At
because
all.
I don't need you climbing out of the dead dog ass and then coming and lighting on my face. That disturbs my spirit.
Or my drink or anything that has to go near my face.
Yeah.
So, you are like one of the most financially responsible people that I know.
Okay.
So I just wanted
Thank
to talk about, no problem. I wanted to talk about financial responsibility today because I just got my life together somewhat, a little piece of a bit, by getting myself out of credit card debt. So what are some tips that you want to give people on being able to manage their money and flourish in life as a great being? You know what I'm saying? Just being great out here.
The first thing that you have to do is get that whole self-control thing. You've got to be able to say no to yourself, even with little things. I find, like, I love to drink and things like that, but anytime that I'm on a saving binge, as I call them, I like to call them that, I will, even if I go out to eat, I will make sure I'm only having like a non-alcoholic beverage just because that extra $2 or $3 makes a difference. It's really just all about not giving it back. When you get your money in, however you're out there getting your money, when you get it in, it's just like about, okay, construction about to come right behind our head with the beeping. We will never be outside again.
We will not. This
never.
was a good idea.
It was a great idea, and it is
we
just not
forgot about
working.
all the other stuff that happens outside.
Exactly. But no, it's
Gonna
just
go back into the studio.
yeah, right back into the air conditioning. But no, it's really about just you're getting the money and setting you don't even like. Now, one thing I don't do, I'm not a budget type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just the type of person who is just like, you know what? I'm just not going to spend this extra money. Now, I guess my way of budgeting is being like, okay, look, I have an extra $200 or extra $100 or whatever the amount may be. I am not spending this money. And then I do that.
Okay.
I don't necessarily create a budget like I'm only going to spend this much on this and I'm only going to do that because I feel like that just gives you more pressure. And I feel like the more pressure it is, the harder it is to do when you could just be like, you know what? I've got this extra, I've paid my bills. I have all my necessities of life. I have gotten my little bit of recreation because I'm going to get my beer or my wine or whatever people are going to do, weed, whatever they do. And I've done all those things, nails done for you ladies, hair, if that's, I've done all those things. So now I'm done. I'm not going to spend any more of this money. So it's that saying no thing. Let's go to the club. Hey, let's not, because that's not happening.
Not free in the club. Or even if you do get in free, you're going to buy a drink, you're going to buy a hookah, you're going to get something to eat. It becomes very costly. Or you might want to sit down, so now you got to buy a bottle to get the section.
Exactly.
And depending on your friends, I don't know where they are in life, but they might be like, if we go in together to get the section. Oh, okay, now, wait a minute.
You're cheap, and I hate you. You're never going anywhere with me again. So, but no, it's saying no. You have to learn to say no to yourself. Because it's not even about saying no to everybody else. You have to learn how to say no to yourself. You have to learn, like I've learned, I have a serious hat fetish. I love hats. And it's just like, just even last time I got paid, I'm right now, I'm not on the saving binge, but I'm on the save. And I like new hat. I feel like I deserve 2 new hats every single time I get paid. And I decided to skip a week, you know.
Okay, all right. Growth.
growth,
Growth.
growth. But you know, and yeah. But that's it. That's all it is. Like I don't. There's no big secret. I am, and you're not the first person. I've been told by numerous people. They're like, boy, you know, you can save money. All I do is just say no to myself.
Self-control.
Yeah, self-control. That's the biggest way. I don't go on a budget. I don't ever say to myself, I'm only spending this much and that, because my thing is, I do not believe in, there's certain things I just will not bend on. I don't believe that food is something I should have to save on. I'm not eating no generic food. So, therefore, I'm not eating Fruity O's. I like Fruit Loops. That's what I eat, and I'm going to get them. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in, and a lot of people do, and that's fine for you. I'm speaking, you ask me about me.
Right.
I don't believe in budgeting on food. So I don't eat generic food. I'm not about to start now. I don't really see the reason in that. I need nourishment in my body, and I need it to taste good going down my throat.
Right.
So, you know, that's just, I don't ever say like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm going to spend this amount. I go in the grocery store, I always make a list now, but I go in there and I do not deviate from my list. That's one thing I don't do. But I make a list, I go in there and I get those things, however much that ends up being, that trip to the grocery store. It's very rare that, and I, even shopping for myself and getting groceries just for me, I'm going to spend $100 in the grocery store. I drink a freaking, and I'm not. I drink a freaking smoothie that costs me $30 every time I go to the grocery store, and I get it every time. I'm not going to deviate. I'm not about to drink Smoothie King and all that other garbage. The smoothie that I like, when I get it in bulk, costs me $30. I get it, and every time I go to the grocery store, and that just is what it is.
And that's the only reason why they have it at the grocery store, because he keeps buying it.
I'm pretty sure I keep them in stock because I just go there and pick up the whole box.
Somebody buys it, yeah.
So, like I said, I'm not so much the budgeter as just the, you know, I shop with a purpose in the grocery store. I always make a list. I stick to my list. I get what I want. And when it comes to extra stuff, I don't need that pair of Nikes that I saw on the Nike app. I don't need it. So leave it on there. Lids gets a break every once in a while.
You get to restock some things. I'm not going to come right away.
Stock up on some stuff. So when I come back,
you ready for me.
And when I do shop, I will buy clearance hats just to, you know, continue on the save.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing.
For me, I wish I was that disciplined. For me, what helped me was a savings app called Digit, because if I see it, then I'm going to try to spend it. Now, me being like, oh, well, I'm saving for something, then that kind of, well, okay, I don't need to buy this new dress. I don't need to buy these new shoes, because he loves hats. I love shoes. And so what I decided was, okay, well, I don't need these shoes. I don't need these clothes. You know, my birthday came up. Okay, well, I have plenty of clothes that I didn't wear last year. So I was trying to, that was my way, like he said, of saying no to myself, but still at the same time, I might be like, oh, well, I can eat out today because, you know, I didn't spend anything else. Or I can do this today because I would make excuses because I could see, oh, well, this is how much money I have in my account. Okay. So what I did was I got the Digit Savings app, and I will put the link below if you guys want to sign up. And it's a savings app that, as they say, quote unquote, painlessly takes a certain amount of money out of your account and puts it in your savings account for you. And yes, I have a savings account with my bank, but I can get to that, and it's an instant transfer versus Digit is going to take like 2 days or so. And then if it's on the weekend, then you got to wait till Monday. So that's why I was just like, okay, well, this works for me. And through that and me paying attention that way, that's how I was able to do it. So I'm going to try your way, though.
You also said something else that's very important. Stop eating.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that the eating out, I won't say the eating out. You know I don't eat fast food. And I feel like that's the fastest way that people suck their money away, is eating fast food. And see, because I don't eat fast food, that stops me from that quick stop. That, ooh, I'm hungry, I don't feel like cooking. Well, let me whip in here and spend this $5 to $7 or whatever the case may be. And keeps them looking like
this too. You see this?
Yeah. It keeps this going on. But no, like, because I'm not gonna lie and say I do eat out, but it's always, I eat out at sit down restaurants and places like that where I can get a real meal with some vegetables and such. I don't eat fast food at all. So that is a huge saver. I watch people, you know, that I work with and you know, people around me, and they come in, they're sitting there with their bags and they're eating, and this album looking, and you know, in my own mind, not being too nosy, but kind of looking down at the receipt, and I'm like, they spent $9 on some hamburgers and fries and this, that,
Right.
that kind of thing. That adds up,
Yes.
especially when you think about I'm gonna get Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
Right.
Cha-ching, $8. I'm going to get now McDonald's for lunch. Cha-ching, $7. I'm gonna go to Burger King. Oh look, dollar menu, but then I want this. Cha-ching, $6.
Right.
You've spent $20. You're spending $20+ a day
Right.
eating out on fast food.
Because you're only looking at it. Oh well, just this little bit here, this little bit there. So
But it adds up when
Yeah.
in the long run, because the thing that I do, think about how much you take that same $20, think about how much you can get, how much food you can get at the grocery store,
With
cook
that
a
same
meal,
$20.
have leftovers, and you eat for a couple days as opposed to
That one meal.
one time, So that actually helps a lot. And I mean, I know some people either can't cook or don't like to cook. Learn how to cook. And the other thing, stop being freaking lazy, because you can get the Food Network app and it'll walk you through step by step how to cook if you don't know how to cook.
Blue Apron,
all types
Hello
of 'em.
Fresh. It's
Yeah.
all these subscription services where they will give you the instructions. They give you the right serving size of food. I'm not subscribed to any of them because I can kind of do a little something, and he's a freaking chef. So, but I'm like, I can follow directions. So therefore, as far as I'm concerned, I can cook anything that I want to. But if anything, the serving size might be off afterwards because I added too much of this or a little bit less of that. But overall, I feel like I can cook. But with those, they send you the exact amount that you need for whatever recipe. So if you're that lazy and you just have to spend money, again, don't use them. But they say it's the amount of like a grocery bill for a week, because you could get one there. It's like 2 meals a day, like if it's a couple situation. So, if you're by yourself, then that could be your lunch and your dinner.
Right.
And then you have your food set up. You cooked from home. That's another way to help stay healthy. You're keeping your money in your pocket instead of going to Burger King and Chick-fil-A, because I do love me some Chick-fil-A. Now I want some because you brought it up. But yeah, that's a good idea. And that's something that I'm trying to work on as well. I try to maybe cook. I didn't follow that this week, but I try to cook and maybe eat out maybe like once or twice a week. So that way I'm keeping my money in my account and it seems more like a treat. And then I might even make it like, oh, well, my off day is one of the days that I'm going to eat out. I know that's not going to happen because I don't like to leave the house when I'm off work. We just like to relax and chill and come out here by the pool.
And those kind of things help. So it's like a matter of, that's another thing, because a lot of times people eat out of laziness. Like, if you're really trying to save money, just don't be lazy. There's so many foods that are really easy to cook and that are also not time consuming.
Right, because we're not talking about making noodles.
Right.
We're not trying to put you in the grave.
Right, not ramen noodles with kill yourself with the sodium and that kind of, and no nutrition and all that stuff like that. But there's so many things you can buy that are good. I mean, everybody doesn't have to cook like me. I like to make all my stuff fresh.
Yes,
I make my own spaghetti sauce. I do all this other stuff because I really like to cook and I enjoy cooking. So the prep time and doing all this stuff, that's great for me because I enjoy it. But if you don't enjoy it, there are ways around it. You can go and find things that are easy to make, and that aren't time consuming, and get it over with like that. Like,
for me, I like to bake everything. And because I'm not the most attentive cook all the time, that's why they have timers. So I'm like, okay, it says my salmon needs to cook for how long? And then I also want some green beans and I suck at making rice. So let me find me another grain. Let me make me a sweet potato. Okay, sweet potatoes in the oven, salmon in the oven. And then once that's done, then I'll make the green beans on the stove because I know it's not going to take that long. Like, put the timer on and I'm somewhere else doing something else. But I got me a quick meal that didn't cost me a whole lot of money, and I'm good.
That's it. And I mean, there's plenty of other ways. Of course, people make use of this.
Should do a cooking segment with you. I'll just be there. Y'all let us know in the comments below if that's something you want to see. I already know it is, so we won't do it anymore.
If you want us to do a cooking segment, and we can give some actual ideas. I can whip something up with a personal cooking assistant.
Yes, because that's all I'm going to be.
And those of you that use your savings account as a way to save, then use it. Stop going in there and dipping in there. And I'm just going to take $20.
And I'm going to put it back. But then the 20 becomes 100 and then you only put 20 back. So it's just not working out. And that's how my situation was with my savings account. I'll be like, oh, my account looking a little low. Let me just transfer $20 over here. Ooh, and one more 20. Let me just go ahead and transfer the whole 100. And then I put back $20 and my savings account is sitting looking at me real sad. So, yeah.
Anorexic.
Anorexic. Just hungry.
Look, today we're gonna get out. We're hot. I sweat a lot. You see, I keep grabbing the
Yes,
towel
we're
and stuff,
dripping.
and I need to get in this pool. We're
Drip,
not
drip.
going to regale you guys with a hot topics, but we would like to say this is our hot topic. Welcome culture. Cardi B finally had her baby. She was pregnant like an elephant.
Yes,
I think
for
it's been
forever.
2 years. I
Yes.
think maybe. Either way, that congratulations to her, and of course to
Yes.
Offset. You know, they named the baby
Congratulations to the
Culture and
Parents, Culture, Kiari,
Kiari
Cephas.
Cephas, because Offset's last name is Cephas.
Cephas, good
Yeah.
Lord.
Hey, it is what it is. You can't pick those last names.
You can't.
You can't.
I mean, you could change it, but
But please come back and see us. We want you guys to like. We want you to subscribe. We want you to comment. We want you to watch our show and
Yes,
come back
check
again.
out past episodes and all of that. Where can they follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram at mtauntg, and my Facebook is mtauntgrover. Come on and sit with me and visit.
Yes. And you can follow me all over social media at Blondie's Lipstick. And for all things Blondie, head to blondieslipstick.com. And make sure you check out our social media so you can get these boy pictures. Yes. Mwah. We love you guys.